Previously on Euro Truck Simulator 2.
Stunning. It's like that somebody touched it with a blue filter, isn't it? Everything's got a sort of slightly bluey tinge to it. It's lovely. Hello and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. We're kind of, well, we're not on a mission to do anything at the moment. We've just headed into Scandinavia. We're in Denmark at the moment. This is where we've gone to. I was going to look for a job because we're still quite wide awake. So I was going to look for a job near this place, Aalborg. It's like the normal Borgs from Star Trek. But anyway, so we're looking for a job here, just a job to keep us busy, to keep us going. So let's we need a freight market because I've got my lovely felt binder truck. So let's have a little look and see what we've got. Right, okay, let's see if we can keep something. It's not a bad little jaunt, is there? 95 miles per hour, 12 hours. There's 95 miles per, but it says 12 hours. It won't be 12 hours because we've obviously got to go across this here through Gothenburg and a few other places. We might score off this place, which I can't even pronounce. So, Soda Talja? Soda Talja? I don't know. I'm not. My Swedish isn't very strong. Apparently, it's one of the very difficult languages to learn. That and Finnish. Apparently, they're very difficult languages to learn. So I think we'll give it a go. We'll give it a chance to go to Stockholm. So I think we're now into the Nordic states. I don't know how much that actually means. I think that means a bit of Finland. Does that include Russia? I don't know. We'll soon find out though as we start scoring them off. So let's go get these hot chemicals and take them to Stockholm. So let's put the GPS on for that. We'll have a little pause on there. Oh my God, there's a big plane. Huge plane with some trucks coming out of it. That's very stylish, isn't it? Stylish truck driving. Yeah, so we parked in this place overnight. It was quite nice to see. It's quite nice little view that. Yeah, quite a nice little view of the thing. There's two guys in the back there just having a break. Quite nice. But anyway, right, let's go find this place. Where are we going? Right, truck. Reverse. Ready to roll. We are ready to roll. Lean out the window. Alright, let's turn this around a little bit. Give us a little bit of tilting round. I won't mind telling you though that I'm feeling a bit tired today. I've got my cup of coffee, so that's a good thing because I'm going to need the cup of coffee. I'm feeling a bit tired. Started early this morning, so I've had a long shift today. Stayed later than I should have done for a start off as well. Did a long shift of working and I needed to get there though. It was not a medical thing, but it needed to be done. It was sort of medical related. So I couldn't leave them without a system. So I was forced to go in first thing in the morning before everybody came in and do the thing I needed to do, which is okay. It's not a problem. I love going across this bridge though. Look at this.
Get ready to turn left.
Look at that. Going over the railway bridge. It's blooming cool. Anyway, get ready to turn left. So I've had what I would call a tiring day, a very early start, and we got everything worked perfectly, beautifully, but it's a very early start for the day. But how's your week been? Have you had a tiring day or a tiring week? I wouldn't call it a tiring week, just a tiring day today. But the sod's law, isn't it? It's when I wanted to start recording. It's when I felt tired. Hang on. Oh God, time to go. Now we're on green. Let's go. Oh damn! You know what I've forgotten to do? I forgot to turn down the traffic density. So we could still get hit by my fact that my traffic density has increased, because apparently they did with 1.46. I think it was Bobsters mentioned this to me in the comments. They increased the traffic density slightly. So me having my traffic density, I think it's a 5, is a bit of a tough one. So down in the description below, that tells you how to do that, how to change the traffic density. Yeah, I can already see that this is a. It's not a bad mistake, but it does add for a bit of entertainment when we've got people stopping and starting all the way along the way. We're gonna go get our chemicals in our felt binder. God, I've got excited there. I've got a CD player. Oh, I would call that almost retro now. I don't think I've actually ever seen I haven't seen a van with or for a while with a CD player. I don't even see many cars nowadays with a CD player. I still like a CD player though. It's kind of back in the old days, isn't it? Back in the 70s, they thought though that it was actually going to be a thing that you would have a record player, the old vinyl in there back in the 70s, and they created this stability thing where it sort of moved around, sort of freely and worked. But yeah, it was a thing at some point. It was a thing. Right, I've got a coffee in my hand and I'm trying to drive with one hand. This is going to be interesting. Right.
Go straight on.
I tell you what, it's very hard to drive with one hand in a controller. At least we've got a red light now, so I can stop for a second and get a cup of coffee. So I hope you've got a beverage too, a nice beverage. Yeah, we had, but in the 70s they thought that we were actually going to have mobile record players. So you put an LP in your car and drive along with it. But they'd come up with this novel stabilization thing to do it. They also thought, though, they also had the original big reel-to-reel tape decks as well back then as well. That was also seen as a possibility. And then of course we did actually get tape decks, which kind of made sense. I can kind of see the tape decks, but as so often people say, children won't know the struggle nowadays of putting a big biro into it and turn the reels around. Now I do, because I've still got a Spectrum and a number of other older computers which use tapes, but they won't know that the thing about putting a pencil through it. However, there's something that somebody hasn't told you about this. They say you won't know the struggle. Yeah, you won't know the struggle nowadays either, because somebody made the pen smaller. So the Bic Biro is now smaller. Its diameter is smaller. Same with pencils. So they actually just go through the middle of it, and you can't tighten up tapes very easily with them anymore, like you used to do back in the day. So there's a useless fact for you, but they have made them thinner. So they took a few millimeters off it to save some money. Let's have a little look where we need to be. We need to be in that gap there. That's quite a good gap, actually. I quite like that one. Plenty of manoeuvring going to be required for that one. Let's check the mirrors. So yeah, they made them smaller, and that's kind of horrendous. But at the same time, it's like everything else in the world, isn't it? It's all got so much smaller. But yeah, that's one of the joys of modern life. Smaller, big biros. So we'll look at this and see if we can swing this round. But of course, do you remember mini discs? They were kind of meant to be like the replacement. They were like a floppy disk from Sony. It was a format that Sony didn't win the war on. They failed to win the war, and CDs kind of beat them to it. Even though you could record a mini disc, I had a friend had a mini disc player in his car. And it was like great because he could put all his techno music from the early '90s stroke early 2000s on it, and it was like super cool because he got this, and it did all kinds of jazzy things as well. The player itself, it's quite wild the way it looked. It was such a big looking park out there. Look at that! I didn't realise how big that was. Anyway, but he had quite a jazzy looking machine. It was quite surprisingly, sort of all the lights flashing along it, because that's what you did back in the day, wasn't it, with boy racers and things like that. I never quite got the boy racer thing because I was a bit late to actual driving. I don't know if I've ever said this before on the channel, but I was in my mid-20s when I passed the driving test. I mean, I was what in the UK. I was one of the first sort of I was that first tranche of photo IDs for your even though I'm quite an older person, I was the first tranche of photo IDs was when I was in. I was in that year they first did them. So I'm tempted to press the F button and put the hazards on. See if we can get out if I push the hazards. See if somebody will let me free. Yeah, thank you. That's brilliant. Get the hazard lights on to get out. It's kind of cheating, really, but that was good of me. I keep forgetting to put them on when I reverse, because apparently that's the way you're meant to reverse. It's a legal requirement. You put the reversing lights on. Not reversing lights, hazard lights on. But anyway, so yeah, I was quite late. I was one of the first sort of people to get sort of one of those photo ID license ones, little plastic cards, which you have to change every sort of 12 years. Isn't that weird? But because of course you change how you look. To be fair, but yeah, we had those sort of that was one of the first things I got. But of course, the reason I passed my driving test, this is the reason I actually needed to get a job. It was a specific job that I had to get, and I'd effectively passed the preliminary sort of stages of this job. But to get the job, I needed to be able to drive. So what I actually did was I booked a driving test on the Saturday, phoned a load of driving instructors at the beginning of the week on the Monday, took a week off work, on my existing work, and basically formed up all these driving instructors. And you know what? The weirdest part about that is, I literally was wanting intensive courses. So I was wanting 5 hours a day, right up to the whole thing. So 25 hours of solid driving, teach me how to drive, so that I could actually, pass my driving test for this job. And the weirdest bit about all of that process for me was the fact that there was so many driving instructors who turned me down. I was like, I've got my driving test on the Friday. You're going to have to teach me to drive in 5 days. Whatever you think hours wise to do it. And I'll pay for it, obviously. And I actually found it quite weird how many people wouldn't take me up on this offer. It was kind of a weird scenario that I was literally offering them cash for, and because I was doing it as well on what I would call unsociable sort of times, because the times that they normally take people out would be the middle of the evenings or first things in the morning to kind of match up with those teenage kids and all this kind of stuff that they were taking out. And there's me with my thank you, appreciate that, pal, thank you. But there's me wanting my my sort of all these sort of solid days. Anyway, I took all 5 days, and I went to my test to the test centre on the Saturday. Dropped off by my instructor, nice fella, little rotund sort of fella, short rotund fella. I remember that. And he taught me how to sort of drive, and I'd been doing it all week. So I've been and doing test courses all week, as you do. And I sort of went to the test centre, and I got the test instructor, got in and introduced himself. Hi, my name's whatever it was. I can't even remember his name, to be honest. It's kind of blanked in my head because it was a rush of lots of things at the time. So anyway, I got in this car with and this chap jumped in, and then the back door opened, much to my surprise. While I'm waiting to sort of get the door opened, and in the back slid another man, and I'm like. Didn't even introduce himself, slid in the back and sat down. And I went, what's going on here? Anyway, this man in the back seat, as we did reversing round corners so that I could see, laid down on the back seats. This did happen, by the way. It's utterly true. Now, by this point, they'd extended the length of the time. I think of the driving test, it had gone a little bit longer or something similar. I want to say 40 minutes, but I might be completely wrong with the timing on that. But they'd extended the sort of time the driving thing took. So I had my sort of 40-minute test and whatever else is. This guy sort of lying down the back and staying out of the way when I needed to look in the mirrors, because obviously you don't want to hinder me. And it turns out that he was actually the instructor's sort of quality control test person. So testing the instructor was I don't know, choosing the best or doing whatever else it is. That day though, I got 11. I think I got 11 minor faults for speeding. Because I'd spent all week driving the same scenarios over and over again, I was a bit quick. So I got 11 minor faults for speeding, not major issues, just minor. I got 11 faults for speeding and passed my test. And I think the instructor also passed his test as well at the same time, that he was allowed to continue, allowing people to pass their tests. People always have these theories and rumours when you're younger. Do you remember these theories and rumours about driving tests? There was always theories and rumours that went around that there was a quota. They had to pass so many, they had to fail so many. It doesn't work like that. They don't have to pass so many, they don't have to fail so many. They literally just, if you're not good enough, they'll fail you. If you're good enough, they pass you. Hey, there's no this weird quota stuff that people seem to think exists. Quite honestly, it's a bit like they used to say, like it was like police, wasn't it? You know, the police used to have a quota for doing it. And everybody's heard the snooker analogy. Now, if you don't know what snooker is, it's well worth it's not worth googling unless you're into snooker. But I never got into the 12-foot table. I always found that a bit quite difficult. But imagine sort of pool, but not pool. But yeah, balls table vinyl, velvet, surfacey type thing. Anyway. Or felt, that's the word, not velvet. It's completely different. I actually saw, I'll go on to the story for you, I'll go to it in a minute, so yeah, there's always that rumour that policemen play snooker with giving out traffic tickets, i.e. they look at this road, it's so busy. This is ridiculous. Come on, guys. Which way is that one going? There's a car in front. Oh, it's gone now, finally. Blimey heck. Anyway, so yeah, there's always this rumour of that they play snooker with cars. So red car, you wouldn't get stopped because it was only worth 1 point. But if you were in a pink, black, or brown or green car, that you would get stopped more often. And there's always that rumour. I never, it's one of those ones that I feel like I should Google, but I don't think it is true. You know, that they used to score the points on that as a game for whatever else is. And I can kind of, do you know something? I can kind of understand, creating games that make entertainment with. Work sometimes. I think that's not necessarily not a positive. However, that one would be seen as very much negative by the public. But I can't see that if you created a game of doing this and this, or scoring points. I mean, I worked with some people not a while ago, and we had we try to score points by sort of clearing off as many work tickets as possible, so getting as much work done as possible. And the little trophy for the day was I got a little trophy for everybody, and it was basically a little trophy that basically made you the star of the day kind of thing, or the person of the day. And it was all about sort of score off tickets reasonably as well. So it's quite nice. It's quite nice. A little bit of competition never hurt anybody. But yeah, that was always the rumour, though. There was a snooker with cars. That's the police used to play snooker with cars, but that's not true. Absolutely not true. They wouldn't. It's just totally unprofessional. I'm not saying that the people aren't unprofessional sometimes, but I don't think that would be the thing. Yeah, but talking about velvet, I was looking for some jackets the other day. I needed some new jackets, and my wife literally saw a crushed velvet jacket and said, "That's you." And I'm like, "Really? I'm not wearing a crushed velvet jacket. It ain't gonna happen. We're not wearing a crushed velvet jacket." Anyway, while we're waiting for this traffic to calm down a bit out there, because that's just blooming ridiculous, look down at the bottom right-hand corner, and we have our speed, which is, of course, 0 kilometres an hour, because we're waiting for this blooming traffic to break. Then we've got the gear, which is A1, which is basically automatic 1, followed by the damage to the truck, which is a little red bit there. I should have checked the truck out, actually, considering we had a little mash along the way. Then we've got the diesel, which is the one along, which slowly is yellow at the moment, going down. It's about a quarter of a tank left, probably, a third of a tank. Then you've got the bed, which is going blue. Ah, damn, I didn't realise how blue that bed was. It slowly goes red, and then we cry a lot, and I tend to cry a lot when it goes that way. Then we've got the envelope, which is sadly underused, never really used for very much. This is really driving me nuts, by the way. I might have to pull out here and do some dodgy manoeuvres. Might even put my hazard lights on to get past all this lot. Anyway, and then we've got the date, or the time, so to say, a Thursday at 2:30 p.m. Then we've got the time we're going to get in, which is 1:41, and it's 628 kilometres, 11 hours and 10 minutes. I need to get to the nearest dock first, so we can have a sleep. Right, okay, I'm going to drink my coffee for a second, and I'm going to put the hazard lights on, and we're going to play naughty. Alright? Oh. Okay, it's naughty time. Engaging the bypass all option. Oh god, that's close. Yeah, we're okay. We're okay, we're free. Bypass all! Here we go! Oh no, can't even see the road here. This could get rough. No, can't see. I'm going. Don't hit me. I used the bypass all option. We're good. We're clear, peoples. We are clear. We used the sneaky at a route out. Do you know what? I'm really getting into these hazards now. They're actually really good. They're really, really good. They're really, really useful because they do actually give way, the cars, when they see you when you put the hazard on. So it's really nice that they do that. Stop squirming all over the road. I still need to adjust that at some point. What do you guys use, by the way? Do you use do you use a controller, or do you actually have a steering wheel, or do you? I doubt anybody plays it on a keyboard, do they? Can't imagine anybody playing it on a keyboard. That sounds almost insane. You need at least a little bit of analog control, don't you? Maybe? Don't know. I'm just wondering. I wonder if you can drive it on a mouse. Ooh, I can't think of anything worse than driving it on a mouse. Anyway, 80 kilometres an hour. We're heading towards the coastline. I think that's definitely our destination there. Without a doubt, that is our destination. Let's turn the cruise control off and let this drift down. Slow down before we get a fine. For God's sake, Claude, slow down. We definitely need to find some diesel as well when we're going through. When we come out the other side, we need diesel. 70 kilometres. This is definitely where we're going, though. Look, the sea's there and everything. Oh, it looks lovely, doesn't it? European Union, Denmark. Going up with some tractors. I think I'd quite like to go to Denmark. Anybody been to Denmark? I've never been to Denmark. I think I'd quite like to go there. Maybe not in the winter. I think it would be. I don't know. Do I? I don't know. I can imagine it's quite cold in the winter. We live in one of those funny countries where it's just cold and wet. At the moment, I passed the. I was just headed home. I went down the motorway today, and I headed home down the motorway near me, and our river that runs through the middle of our city. Now me and my wife moved further higher up in the city to avoid the flooding. Unfortunately, that does occur. It's properly burst its banks, and it's flooded it's flooded sort of, I would say. It's probably a mile wide now across the floodplains of the banks and things at the moment. And it's a real problem because we've got quite a large river, and we have 3 rivers that all go into the same one throughout the city. And although it's absolutely stunning in the summer and it looks fantastic when it's sort of narrower and clearer, it's not the cleanest of rivers in the sense of that it's a fast river, so it can be quite dirty sometimes, but it is clearer and cleaner through in the summer, and it goes over it goes under a massive long bridge, and this river then goes out to sea because we're not that far from the sea, but it does flood badly. I mean, in my lifetime, we've been through 2 major floods, both of which ended up on the national news because they were that bad. I mean, we lost power. We were without power for sort of nearly how many days was it? It's 2 or 3 at least, and it doesn't feel like a lot. But when you're without these things, it's really interesting. But now we had an electric oven, which is really difficult then to cook things. But you kind of learnt a little bit of a loveliness with your neighbour. So for instance, our neighbour had a gas cooker, so we went round there and with a couple of pans, and we cooked up our food, and it was great actually. To be fair, it was kind of an interesting scenario. But the second time it flooded, we were living up higher up by then. I'd made that choice to move further away, and it was we're not going to Oslo, we're going to Gothenburg. 3 hours journey. That's probably a bit of sleep time though then there. That's where we're going. Right. Anyway, Gothenburg. But yeah, we kind of moved up, and the second time round was kind of weird because we had kids at that point who were kind of a certain age, it's just odd, realistically, to that whole experience is kind of odd. Kind of disaster level of experience. If you've never experienced anything, you can definitely akin it to disaster level things, especially when you are the subject of the news. And we had no idea, to be honest with you. The people in the city had no idea that we were the subject of the news at this point either. The only thing we were getting is radio via radios with batteries, because mobile phones were dead at that point. And one thing that was really interesting was people's return to the old phone box, the phone box that was hardwired by British Telecom itself. Those phone boxes became really busy. There was a queue around the street by people doing that because their mobile phones had died in the process. There was no way to sort of charge these things, so they did that. The only other place that was warm, that were places like with backup generators, were like hospitals and some police stations and things like that. They all had a backup facilities for that kind of thing. And as I say, very, very weird thing. Gothenburg is a beautiful looking city. I know it's a game city, but it's a beautiful looking city. So but yeah, it's very weird. It's not an experience I would entirely recommend. However, it did show a little bit of. There was some horrible things that happened though. There's people who came into the city to loot the shops that were damaged before the insurance assessors could get there. That was horrible behaviour. But amongst neighbours who were having to deal with things, especially me and my neighbours, we just worked together so that that everybody made sure they'd got food, they were fed, and all this kind of stuff. And the local store, had things were available from there. It was nice, actually, to be honest with you. They were paying, you paid cash and stuff like that, because no cash machines worked, of course, as well. And it was a kind of a little bit of a real loving of man, which we don't get as much nowadays. We should love our fellow man. What is going on now? What happened there? This lot getting on there came to a screeching halt. Okay, so let's look at the bed. The bed has gone down, so we've had a little rest from going there. A little rest, not a massive rest, but a little rest. I don't think we've got 6 hours worth of drive left in it, though, have we? Next rest stop, 5 hours. It's 7 hours away, so we're gonna have to take a rest. I'm not sure what time I'm going to be in with this job, though. Friday 11. Sugar. I can't. I'm going to struggle to push this. I think I get an hour or so, but I'm going to struggle to push this. We may have to take a rest stop, I'm afraid. We'll see how far we can go. I'll tell you what. I think I'm going to go until. Let's have a look at the timing. I'm just making funny noises with my teeth, by the way. That noise. But that's why you need a pop filter to get rid of my clicking of my teeth or whatever else it is. But anyway, let's have a look. Oh. These lot really do make a fuss of getting onto the motorways sometimes. They really do. They make such an effort to sort of make it difficult for me. Anyway, where are we? So I think the next... I'm very tempted to pull over when we get to about 9 o'clock. I don't know where the next rest stop's going to be, but we'll see. I think we'll drive for a bit longer because we've got 5 hours worth of driving. So, but I don't want to drive into the middle of the night because we're going somewhere else. We want to see this sort of Scandinavia. However, I'm told that it doesn't really get dark up here because of the way that the sort of sun is and the angle of the orbit of the planet. Yeah. Don't know. I'm told it doesn't get that dark up here. We have been here before. We've been in Scandinavia before. We've kind of roamed around it and had a little look around it. I need some Scandinavian facts. That's what I need. If you've got a Scandinavian fact, the only thing I can think of when it's talking about Scandinavia is the Swedish chef in The Muppets. And I can't even remember his name. I just remember that he didn't speak anything. He didn't speak Swedish, that's a certain. He said silly words about chopping stuff up, didn't he? I think it was hurdy-gurdy-gurdy kind of noises he made, or something similar. I don't know, it's just weird. Yeah. That's the only thing, what other Swedes can I think of? Ulrika Johnson? Was she Swedish? Oh! Eric, what's he called? Eric, footballing coach. Because I remember because of Ulrika Johnson, I think she had a thing with Eric Svensson, son. Oh, I can't remember now. That's really annoying. Oh, I actually hated him as a football coach for England. I'm not a big football. No, it's not right. I don't mind watching World Cups as supporting sort of national teams. I quite like that, all right? But I'm not a massive football fan, so I'll watch those kind of things, but I won't watch 399. That's about right, actually, because the distance on the thing below. Anyway, yeah, I watch the national teams playing, and Sven Goran Eriksson, that was his name. Got it. Sven Goran Eriksson, who slept with Ulrika Jonsson, apparently. Anyway. She was a weather girl who was also Swedish, and she got big on was it the Breakfast or something similar? Not Breakfast, not BBC Breakfast, but the other one on the other side. Oh, I don't know what they call it. Good Morning Britain. I don't think it was Good Morning Britain. She was on. TVAM. That was it. TVAM. God, I'm really having to search the old databanks here tonight, aren't I? Or today, or whatever time it is for you. Yeah, searching those for it. But yeah, she was. But apparently, that's who she slept with as well. Yeah, Ulrika Jonsson. Who was the other one that was very similar to her? Oh, Denise Van Outen. But Van Outen will make her Dutch, so that's not the same thing. But I'm trying to think of other great Swedish and sort of Nordic people that I can think of. I mean, we've obviously got Vikings, but you can't really call that anything other than, Vikings, really, can you? This is an interesting bit of road going on. No, I'm struggling now with this. I've gone to the point that I'm struggling, so... Yeah. My little brain's whirring, by the way. You can probably hear the cogs. I most definitely got some cogs going here. Oh, God's sake. Right next to the police car. Leapt over that. Leapt over the bit there. Right, we need to find somewhere to park shortly. Next one that we come up to is the parking zone, because the bed's almost all blue, so we might as well, and it's getting dark, and I'd like to travel during the day, so that would be nice, even though we're going to be late. We will be late. It's fine. It's fine. I don't mind being late. Oh, here we go. Back down to slower speeds. Slower speeds, faster speeds, slower speeds, faster speeds, slower speeds, faster speeds, slower speeds. Ooh. Nice bit of waterway. Behave yourself. Oh, it looks like somewhere you should be able to park, but I think it's just so you can go look at the waterway and take photos. Isn't that nice? It's kind of cool. Right, on we go. I'm not coming off at this one. I'm going straight on. You can just stay there. All your computer cars, you can stay there. I bet they're just going to come off beside me anyway, or they're going to carry on. Don't know. Go straight on. Yeah, I know that. And we're going to come across here. Whoa! Thomas Fee just made 18,000 euros. Wow, good lad. Amazing. We'll just make your way down here. Just slowly just heading through. I need more coffee, by the way. George S made 3,500. Oh, that's what I've got to get rid of, the steel dumpsters. Somebody said to get rid of steel dumpsters. Was it Hatman or was it somebody else? Somebody said to get rid of steel dumpsters because that's what's making me lose money on one of the areas, because they're very small trailers. I need to get rid of those. I just got random trailers, you see, so that's my excuse. I just got any old random trailers. When they're running short, I need diesel, and I definitely need a sleep. There must be the next one. Must be the next garage or something similar. I'm not coming off at this one. I'm going to wait until I find one. There must be one right off this main road somewhere. That's the plan, anyway. It's a cunning plan. Yeah. No, stay. Thank you. Yeah, pretty cunning plan. Police car in front of me. Oh, caught the side of the road. That made a proper noise. Ah! What's this? No, I'm not turning off for that, though. It is a town, though. Oh, God. Do I turn off or do I stay here? No, I keep going. We plough on. I can't. That's too much of a detour. He says it's too much of a detour. 4 hours and 27 minutes to go. I'm going to go straight on, I am. Yeah, it's too much of a detour. Tempting as it is, it's too much of a detour. That's, I'm not even sure what that is. It says Centrum, which I think means centre of the whole thing. Okay. 60 miles per hour. It's not the speed I want to be going at. I want to be going a bit faster, but I want to drink my coffee for a second, so we'll just go drift. ...280 kilometres to Stockholm. My distance is 293 or 94 at that point in time, so it's 14 kilometres outside Stockholm we're going to. Oh, God. Come on. Stop driving on the edge of the road. Let's get speed up here. Turn the cruise control off. Let's get some speed. I'm very drifting along very slowly. This is the person who got 11 minor faults, you know. So for speeding, and I go, oh look, there's something there. See, that's why I like. This is why I want to be during the day, so we can look at the interesting art. There's some creatures along here. Look at this. It's a giant. Maybe they have giants in Sweden. They have giants in Sweden. They do in Norway, don't they? They have giants. They're kind of mythology, aren't they? There's giants. The frost giants, won't they be? Is that right in Denmark? Am I getting my Viking places confused? I'm sure it's Danish with the Vikings, were they not? Yeah, it wasn't the Finnish. It wasn't the Swedish. It was definitely the Danish. But they obviously had giants, so it's part of their thing. They had giants. Their mythology. There's a massive lake beside us. Look at that. It isn't that dark. You're right, by the way. Whoever said it wasn't going to get dark here, you are right. It is quite light for 10:30 at night. Not quite sunk the sun. I don't think it will. Time of the year. Yeah. And we're on where? Beds. There's nowhere to get diesel, but there's beds. I'll go with the beds first. Next is diesel. Beds. I'm right next to the lake. How marvellous. A lovely place to park. Anybody else have a semi-traumatic or strange driving test story? Mine was just odd because of the reasoning, you know, to kind of get in there and do what you need to do. I hope I didn't run any car off the road there. There we go, trucks. This nice truck stop here. Lovely. I was parked by this in front of this truck. There you go. Lovely, lush. Brilliant. Push the button. Press enter. Get some sleep. Yes, we're going to be late. Oh, maybe not. My God, Christine S. just made 47,000. What's going on with my drivers? Oh, look at the sun. By the way, that is a lush. That is lovely. All reflections off that. Look at that. Oh, you do that one and you get a close up. That is cool. Yeah, that's cool. Right, okay, so I don't know how much time we've got left. I might still be able to do this because it's got to be in by 11 o'clock. 3 hours. Yes, I can do it maybe. If I can get a bit of speed up, we can do that. Martin P has just brought in €3,000. They're all... Martin R has brought in 416. Well, it's not the size of your package, I suppose. It's what you do with it. But anyway... 3 hours and 33 minutes. 13,000? What is going on with my drivers? They're bringing it in. Look at this burgers. Yum yum. Yum yums. I was dying for a fish and chips, by the way, tonight. I was absolutely dying to go to get some fish and chips. Good old British staple, that one. Fish and chips. I wanted to go to a local fish and chip shop. It has been shut for 3 weeks. It's shut before Christmas. And it's been shut right the way through Christmas and the New Year. What? Who's ever heard of a takeaway that's shutting for that holiday period? When I would have thought that quite a lot of people would have been using it to, going out celebrating Christmas and all the other stuff, especially this year with no, restrictions on what you can and can't do. No. It decided to shut, and I'll admit I was quite disappointed because I've been waiting for it to sort of reopen, and I went a couple of times, and I was looking for the lights to be on. I was like, really, it's shut, and it's not far away, but it's a gentle walk, So I'd walked along to go to get them these fish and chips and do it, and I got them tonight, and it's the second night they've been open, and I have to admit, the quality was not what I'm used to. It wasn't as good as it was before Christmas, which is even worse. It's like they've forgotten how to cook fish and chips, and that's not exactly a hard thing, I don't think. There is an art to making beautiful fish and chips, though. There really is. Oh my God, there's jet planes. We need jet planes on the outside. Look at this. Wow. That is awesome.
Go straight on.
Love seeing those. They're very cool. Near the Saab factory or something like that, isn't it? I've run out. Do you know something? I said to you, we could probably get the time down here. We can knock that 20 minutes off if we sneak a little bit there. And there we are with 16 minutes past still. We've knocked a couple of minutes off, but not a lot. I'm annoyed with that. We're going to make it, though. Oh, now they accelerate! Blooming hate that! I come out, they all accelerate. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You can't make it up. I'm hoping to get some bit more speed up, though. I'm hoping that if I get over to 80 sort of kilometres, maybe 85, stick those couple extra kilometres an hour, I might be able to make this all the way. There we go. Excellent. 85 kilometres. Or should I say 86 kilometres an hour. Right. Yum Yum's getting off. Bye bye Yum Yum. Take your tasty burgers somewhere else. I think my obsession with food, by the way, is just insane. I kind of blame it on the fact... Oh, look, there's another plane. Look, another one there. Another plane. Nice, cool. I kind of blame my obsession with... Oh my God, there's jet ones here. Look, oh God. Outside for jets. I want it... No. Jet planes there. Brilliant. Kind of blame my food obsession, I think. I sometimes think it's because, as I say, I do control my calorie intake just for health purposes. So yes, I am not over my calories, even though I had fish and chips for dinner. I don't eat all the chips for a start off. So I do eat the fish though. Like nice bad fish. But I always control my sort of calories, and we've I've discussed this before. But I think that's why I'm quite food obsessed, because I do like to because I don't deny myself certain foods because of calories, but I just keep but I will not eat as much. So for instance, my fish and chips, I didn't eat all the chips. There's like a 500 grams or a pound of chips in there. I'm not going to eat a pound of chips. So first off, I don't want a pound of chips, and second off, I'm not going to eat a pound of chips. I know it sounds a little bit wasteful, but that's just me. I just don't want to eat it all. It's not rude. I just want to enjoy the fish, nicely in a nice batter and nicely cooked and deep fried. And I just want to enjoy a few chips to go with it, and possibly if I've bought one, a sort of tartar sauce of some sort, preferably homemade. And that's what I want to enjoy with my fish and chips. I don't really want to. Customer expects it really soon. Dispatcher. Yep, I've got that. 86 kilometres an hour. I am so close. 7 minutes. Look at that. 7 minutes left. I'm cutting the time down as we speak. So I just want to enjoy it. So there's nothing wrong with going for a piece of fast food, but I'm not gonna go mad eating lots of it and sort of repeating the exercise. But just a thing. It's a thing. It's a willpower thing. I was talking about somebody the other day. It's a willpower thing. There's a big key on there. Gigantic key on the top of that sort of thing crossing the bridge, which has got something in it. I'm sure that's got some significance to something, but there's a gigantic key. There's some flags. A red and a blue one. It's discussing sort of... I mean, has Switzerland turned up in this yet? I don't think it has it? Or has it? I think it has, hasn't it? I don't think I've been through Switzerland. I probably have and forgotten all about it. The one thing about Switzerland that amuses me is that national service is compulsory because they're a landlocked country. So everybody does national service, and when you are finished your national service, you take your rifle home with you, which you get to keep, because obviously if there are any invaders, because you're landlocked and you're surrounded by possible invaders, you should be able to take up arms. I know they stayed neutral during wars and other things, but and they're very good with. I think we did discuss it because we talked about stereotypes of cuckoo clocks, chocolate, and banking. But the other thing that they have is basically an entire country that is designed with as an armed force if they need to, which is quite. Oh! Look what I see! Look what I see! Look what I see! A photo op. It's not a. This is a position where you can take a photo of something cool. But not a position. Somebody told me this. There was somebody in the comments. Oh, God, that was nearly a accident. It's told me in the comments though that there's a photo opportunity area. That's why you can push the photo mode at that point and have a little scroll up and down and have a little look at the beauty of that particular area. That's kind of cool. I quite like that. There's a photo opportunity there. Right. Carrying on now. 1 hour and 4 minutes. I've got it under 9. I've got it under 11 minutes. 11 o'clock. Look. I may still be late though, because I still have to park the bloody thing, don't I? Unless I just go in and not handle it. I'm going to handle it. I'm going to handle it. Let's see if we can knock another couple of minutes off so that we've got time to handle the bloody thing. Sugar! Don't do that to me! Oh, that was a nasty thing to do. Everybody, that guy in front of me broke so hard. We're back to 1 minute past 11 again. Damn. 57 kilometres. Let's go. Come on. Come on. 80 kilometres. That was rough. That was rough. That wasn't nice. Not happy with that. 2 minutes past 11. Come on, speed. Oh, look at that beautiful clear water and the houses along it. I'm gonna go for it now. I am gonna go straight on. I'm gonna keep on going. I don't care if I'm undertaking you. You can just get your bum and gear and go a bit faster. 83 kilometres an hour. 85. Everybody's braking again because we're coming off at this particular point. Because they're all coming off at onto that point. I had to brake again. Not wanting to do that. Not wanting to do that at all. There's a question mark in that town beside me, which I've not been through, and I don't have time to turn off for it. It's one thing I have to check off later. I'm on a mission. This is a mission. This is Tour de France. Except we're not in France.
Keep left.
It's an attempt to. I want to make it in before 11 o'clock. I really do want to make it in before 11 o'clock. I'm literally throwing the truck over the top of the bumps. Maybe speeding a little bit here, but I'm obsessed. I need to know. 80 kilometres. Speedo set to, or the cruise control set to 76. Come on. 80. Accelerate. Come on, let's try and get past BLT. Come on, BLT. Come on. 59 minutes. We've got hot chemicals. Hot chemicals, peoples. I wonder if we get there late whether they're cold chemicals or not. It's like a hot water bottle inside the truck. Get there a little late with cold chemicals. 15 kilometres. 58. 10:58 now. 10:58. I need to move over because this is the next junction, this roundabout. 70 kilometres. So look at me, just just smashing it through the countryside here, hoping that I can, you know, beat the clock, stop the the chance to sort of glory awaits. Glory awaits. Come on. Come on. Glory awaits. Glory definitely awaits with this one. Oh, 1 minute past 11. Come on. Come on. 5 minutes past. Oh, gutted. We're so close. I can't believe we're so close. I can't. Can you believe? Oh my goodness, so close and so far away. It's literally so close, so far away. It's already 5 past 11. It's going to be 11 minutes past.
Exit now.
Yeah, we're not going to do it. There's a big bag of rubbish on the road. Isn't that nice? Let's not run into the rubbish. Oh, they're coming off at this roundabout, this bit here, and my traffic is against me again. Oh, I'm gutted. I'm utterly gutted because that was so close. That was so close to sort of a perfection, a drive of yeah. Wow, I can't believe that. I'm going to remember to sell them steel dumpsters though when I get back to the thing. They're going. Those trailers are gone. They're out of there. Small loads, small pay. That's what I think Hatman said to me. I feel a hazard light special coming on here. The one in front of me's got hazard lights on. I feel a hazard light special coming on. Feel a hazard light special coming on, peoples. Oh, look at me! I'm driving with hazard lights on. Just imagine you're driving an Audi. That's what it is. If you're driving an Audi, this is how you drive all the time. You're special, remember? You're very special. A very special person. You've got to, when you're driving your luxury sedan. I don't think there are sedans, are they? But oh shit, it's there. Oh god. God, I'm really messing this up. Looking out that mirror, just checking that I've not done any damage there. We're okay. Let's turn this off. Let's go. I feel really bad for that, but at the same time, I wasn't going to wait there forever, was I? Never. I do definitely need to turn down the traffic density just a notch. I think it probably needs to be a 2 or a 3 now instead of a 5. It isn't as thick as you think it is, because when I play American Truck Simulator, it is definitely with it being the standard default 1, it is sometimes you feel the roads are very, very empty.
You have arrived.
Open up. I have opened to my destination. Alright. I don't know why I've just turned the engine off. Got excited. Turned the engine off. Let's handle this thing. Oh, this looks like it's going to be one of these tight to fit ones. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. These chemical ones are all nice and sort of tight and difficult to do. Do you remember that one I had to do where it was all raining and stuff? That was really tight. I don't think this one's going to be quite as tight, but saying that, there is some flammable stuff here. Let's try and bring this round here, past the IBC. I think they're called IBC. Something containers. That thing there, that container. I'm sure it's called an IBC. That's not going to do it, but it does position me a bit better. So we'll not smash into that. Well, not yet anyway. We'll save that for later. We'll save the smashing for later. Right, okay. Here we go. And that's tight on the turn there. Good though. And try and straighten her up as we slide past. I can just see underneath the tanker there where I am. Whoa. What did we hit? Oh, it's just the curb. It's just the curb. It's not as bad as I thought it was, but I will adjust my my approach here just a bit, because we might as well come in straight here. We are carrying chemicals, of course. That's not always a good thing. I'm going to get fined for this, by the way, because I'm a bit late. But not badly late, just a little bit late. There we go. Perfect. Turn the engine off. Let's unload the trailer. Yeah, I was late. How late? 24 minutes? 25 minutes? 14 minutes. Oh my god, 14 minutes. That's not even worth worrying about. 14 minutes is not a bad journey at all, to be honest with you. I still haven't refueled though. That might be a small issue. Let's have a look at the world map and find somewhere to sleep. Stockholm it is. Is there a diesel place in Stockholm? There is not. Where's the closest diesel place? Oh, look at that. There's a boat place here. That looks kind of cool. Right, let's can I stay the night here? Oh, I can. Is that the one to go to though? I'm tempted to go in Stockholm though. Oh, look, there's another photo up there. What's that about? Right in the middle of nowhere. A massive photo op. I quite like it, but at the same time, I'm like, really? I think we need to go there. 64 kilometers. Yeah, I think we need to go there. Let's go there. I wanted to go to Stockholm, but I don't really want to go for miles and miles and miles without a tank of fuel. Yes, I know, Doug. We're time to get the job done. He's so efficient. There we go. Time to get out of here. Dunk, 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 dunk. Out we go. 1 hour and 4 minutes should get us to our diesel place. Place to sleep and a place to refuel our truck. And then we can have a quick look at the getting rid of that steel dumpster. Is it dumper? Steel dumper? Dumpster? One of those two, anyway. The very small one. We'll get rid of that. Oh, God.
Take the third exit.
I'm going to. Oh, here we go.
Exit now.
Oh, no. All right. Time to hazard it up. I don't have to wait for this.
Turn right.
There's a car indicating to go that way. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Shit. Knew that was going to happen. Right, on we go. Hazard lights on. Hazard lights on, people. Look at this. This is what happens when you turn traffic density too far with the current version of Euro Truck Simulator. It can be a bit harsh. Just to say the least.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
I will. I'm gonna go on the roundabout. Look, it's come to a complete standstill because the computer doesn't know what to do with the traffic. That's the reason why it's experimental when you make the alteration.
Exit now.
It's just complete standstill. Turn that off. And we've snuck out. We've done enough damage. Cost €800 smashing into something, and we were late, so that cost us €1,000. But it's worth it, every penny of it. Let's get down this road and get ourselves to my destination. Definitely need to look at... oh, wow. Look at those. They're like little dams. It's very cool. Anyway. We need to get to our destination. We've got 51 kilometres to go. 50 minutes. Passing under Stockholm again. Put the old cruise control on it at 70. No, now I've put it on 70 kilometres now. Everybody's still stuck behind me, by the way, in the traffic behind me, but it spawns roughly where you are, you see. I got the coffee down me. We're all good. Carry on down this road. We want to be staying in this lane. A little Skoda Fabia passing us. Down the way. Just watching gently as we work our way through. Perfect.
Keep left.
Keep left. I am keeping left. I'm staying left. I'm staying left. I'm getting a little bit of experience for just travelling along this road. The next one I have to come off at, though. The next facility I have to come off at. Go past Stockholm there. The only thing you can think of is this is the thing syndrome, isn't there? Stockholm syndrome, which is where you become what is it with your something to do with your captors, isn't it? You become I don't know, accepting of captors. Is it something like that? I think that's what it is. It's almost almost like being brainwashed by the people who may have taken you captivity or something similar. Sort of accepting their position.
Turn left.
That's another one I can think of. I can't think of anything else though. I'm thinking really hard. I mean, there's all the old, you know, especially when talking about somewhere like Sweden. There's all the cliched stuff like, you know, blonde hair, blue eyes, and saunas and stuff like that. But I don't think it all is all that. Well, it might be. Alright, on we go. 17 kilometres. This feels like a very long drive, by the way. Oh, wow. Look at this. That is lovely. It's lush, that. And we're coming through. Lovely. I'm quite looking forward to getting parked up here. We're right on it now. Oh, naughty truck. There's two policemen on that. Oh, there's been oh no, accident. It was an accident. That reminds me, there was nobody injured, but there was a car that had obviously hit another car this morning in the car park we pulled into, and the front of it was just fell apart. But that's modern day cars for you, isn't it? It's they're all you know, all crumple zones and protection, which is perfectly reasonable, by the way. But that is very much the way they are. Can't turn in that way. I have to turn the other way, and then I can go around. So I am here. I'm going to go into this one. I'm going to get some diesel. So let me get in here and get some diesel, peoples. Diesel. Stay. That was very harsh and dangerous. That could have gone several ways, that, but it didn't. Eventually, it didn't. Right, let's fill this thing up. That was close. That was close. €2.45. Notice the price of diesel and petrol have been coming down, but not as to where they were previously. What was it at? Was it about, before obviously the pandemic, was it about £1.15, £1.20? I think it was. That was the kind of price it was. So what that be in, well, in euros at this moment in time, it's about the same price per euro. So, yeah, quite expensive. Lovely. Let's have a little look. Not parked particularly straight. We've got a little cafeette area. We've got something up the top of there. Some. Oh, chemical factory. That's handy. That could be where we're going to get our next load from. Okay, let's push the button. And let's just, well, oh God, it's not worth sleeping yet, but we'll push the button and we'll see how we feel in the next episode. So anyway, I've been your host, Real Today Demon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye now.